What is up, everybody? We're in my old stomping ground. Yep. My old stomping ground that I used to ride and drive every day. And I remember this exact street when Tropical Storm Debbie came through. This whole thing was under like 2 feet of water, and it was because of this river that's right here that was causing it to be significantly flooded, which was pretty crazy to actually ever think that would happen to you, like a flooded street or a flooded road. I have footage of it that I'll show you guys in a minute, but that was crazy. Like, there was nothing we can do, like nothing for like 2 weeks. That road was flooded, so we had to come this way and go to the freeway or go anywhere and go up and over the train tracks. And going that way, you couldn't go that way. You couldn't even get big trucks in there. They had it blocked off. It was pretty crazy because that was the first time I ever experienced like 78, 90 miles per hour of wind, and it was not a hurricane, so it was like 78 miles an hour of wind, and the power went out. There was flooding, and that was worse than the first hurricane that hit us, which was Hurricane Irma, I think. Hurricane Irma came through, and it didn't do really much, but that Tropical Storm Debbie kicked our freaking ass. It really was the craziest thing I've ever seen, is when you pull up and you're like, that's crazy, because you always see on TV and movies like flooded highways and flooded streets, but when you see it in person, there's a way different feeling. It's a very emotional feeling, because you're like, oh my god, my house could be underwater. It's the same thing when you see fires on TV. You're like, oh my god, there's a fire. But when you actually see it in person, you're like, oh my god, because that fire is representing your house could be burned up. Not just, well, it's on TV, I feel sorry for those people. No, it's crazy. It got real, man. It got real, like crazy. And I was like, I've never experienced that in my life. So yeah, man, it was pretty nuts to actually see that kind of destruction in person. You never ever understand that kind of devastation until it happens to you. And once you see that for the first time, you're like, oh god, this is real. And it's the realest thing you've ever seen. It's so incredibly nuts to see that kind of stuff. But when you come back to your old stomping grounds and where you used to live and whatnot, you actually look at places and go, oh, it's growing. There's stuff growing over here. But like I was saying, every time you go back to like where you grew up or where you were living for a long time, because I lived on this side of town for like 4 years, 5 years or something like that, and now that I came back to do some business over here, you find there's a lot of stuff that is built up that has changed, that is different from when you were living over here. And you do have those memories that pop up, like, oh, I remember doing this or going here, doing that. And that's exactly what I have those memories of, which is a pretty cool thing. But when I was on this side of the city, I wasn't driving, so everything was done by like me riding my bike every single place. And the traffic out here is bad. The traffic is like this all day, every day, from sun up to sundown. That's why I'm kind of glad I don't have to deal with this traffic every single day. But I do like this side of town because everything is so close. But just coming back and looking at all the buildings and all the things and just remembering the things I used to do, that's a pretty cool thing. And right over here, we have Best Bets. It's not really a casino. It's technically a place where they do dog races, you know, those greyhound dog races. I think anything that requires animals to be a part of the sport, like greyhound dog races, horse races, all that kind of stuff, that is so stupid. Why would you have animals part of the sport, and especially dogs? But they're trying to shut that place down because they say it's cruelty to the animal to have them racing like that. Breeding the dog for a race they say is horrible, which I agree with. I don't agree with having animals as a way of making money well, there's gambling involved. When gambling is involved, you can make mounts of money. Yeah, you're damn right you can. But is it necessary to make that kind of money? I don't know. But we're about to roll out back to my house, and I'll see you guys when I get there. So we're back on my side of town. It's starting to rain, and you know what really sucks is when you're cruising down like the freeway, and you're just cruising, and you have your music thumping, and you're just riding out, and then right on the side of the road is a cop or a highway patrol, and that's what was there, was a highway patrolman with his little gun out. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta slow down. And that's exactly what I have to do, was slow down, because I was going like 80 on the interstate, which is about a 65 mile zone, but I was in the fast lane cruising with keeping up with the traffic, and I was like, oh damn, I better slow down, because I seen a car on the side of the road, but I didn't think of it as a patrol car at first, because out here they like to use those like SUVs and whatnot. I'm not really used to looking at the SUVs. I'm thinking of like more of like a cop car. So I was driving, I was like, oh, I gotta slow way down, and I slowed down. And lucky he didn't turn around on the freeway or turn his lights on, because I flew down probably slow enough where when he pointed his gun, it said I was doing reasonable speed. Instead of 80, I was doing probably, 65, 70. And if you guys are in Europe, that's 120 kilometers per hour is what I was doing, okay? So you guys are like, okay, so you don't have to look at it, because my car says it was 120 kilometers per hour. And especially for you Canadians, you guys don't go by miles per hour either. But yeah, I was just riding out, and I was like, oh, I better slow way down. Have you guys ever had that happen where you're just cruising and you're like, oh damn, I better slow down, and then right when you do, there's a cop, and you're like, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have been doing that. But that's why I like the Waze app, because the Waze app tells you when there's cops ahead, and then those radar detectors tell you when cops are ahead. But I go more by the Waze app, because that app definitely works, and it's told me where there's cops have been, and it's actually saved my ass from getting a ticket. And guess what? I've never gotten a ticket in my life. So, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Living on that side of town, and going back and seeing the memories. That was a cool ass thing to go see those memories and see the places I lived for like almost 6 years. What's going on over here? They're spurting some water. And this road is narrow. Oh, before I end the video, I want to talk to you guys about one thing. I want to talk to you guys about is, you know, as of late, I've been uploading on my other YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel I don't really care about, but it's how to get views on YouTube basically. And I'm doing these, like, you know how people are doing these reaction videos to like musical artists, and there's certain ways to do it where you don't get copyrighted. So you like stop every 20 seconds, you stop like the music, and you start talking about like, oh my god, this song is so pumping and bumping, oh my god, woohoo, like you get excited about it, and you stop the song every couple of seconds, so YouTube can't hit that copyright button. So I've been making some videos, and yes, they got hit with some copyright claims, right? But I'm just saying, as an example, they've got 400, 500, 600 views with like 13 comments. So people are tuning in to watch these videos, and they're watching them and enjoying them. And I think that's a way to get views. If you're doing something that is popular on YouTube, you're going to get views. These, like, I think the whole motovlogging and the whole making like car vlogs and daily vlogging, it's not possible to really get a lot of attention anymore. So when you're making these reaction videos, like reacting to Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody or something, you're getting attention because people are searching for that stuff. And what I think a lot of people are doing that are doing these reaction type videos, they're reacting to them to songs that they never heard before. And if you're reacting to like a song you already know, it's very possible it's going to come off as like, dude, you've already heard of the song because you're not like really amped about it. You already know what's going to happen. So I believe when you're making videos and you're doing it on songs that you never heard of or a genre you never heard of, you're going to give a real reaction, because I know certain people that are doing reaction videos and they're reacting to basically music they know. Like, let's say they listen to Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, all that, right? But they're reacting to that kind of music, because let's say in the comment section it says, react to the Beatles this, or to Led Zeppelin that, and I'm like, you already know those songs, right? You should be reacting to songs that you don't know, that you never heard before, because that's going to give a real reaction if you've never seen the video or whatever you're reacting to. It's like me reacting to like Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix. Why would I do that? I already know what it sounds like. I'm going to go, oh God, Jimi Hendrix! Oh! Like, I'm not really going to get excited because I already know what to expect. But I just thought I would let you guys know that's a way to get some attention on YouTube, you know? And if people start growing that channel and they start liking it, cool, you know? I got 32 subscribers on it because of the reaction videos. But I'm just being realistic 100%, you know? But when I was on that side of town, I was just flashback to that time when I was in the area when it flooded. And when you see that stuff in person, it's more emotional and more touching than seeing it on like the news or on like a website, like, oh my God, the street's flooding, because you're like, you have no connection to that area. And my connection to that area definitely was living on that side of town and driving those roads every day. So when you live in a side of town or an area where it does flood or there's a major fire or hurricane, then it's more emotional because you know the people who have to drive that area every day. You know the type of efforts that people put in to drive those streets every day, and it was more emotional and whatnot. So I had to actually face the facts that I can't drive down this road for a month. And it was basically, I think, like 2 weeks or a month that road was flooded out. And it was just crazy. Like, it never hits you until it happens to you in real life. It never hits you until realistically you're driving down the road and you can't drive down there, or you drive down the road and your house is burned down or your house is flooded. Then it becomes a real thing, because watching on TV, even if it's in the same town as you, you go, oh my God, Fifth Avenue is underwater, or J Street is underwater. Oh my God, that's crazy. But because you don't live down there, or your business or your job or your home isn't there, you don't really take into consideration what those people are going through. You go, man, it sucks that these people are underwater. But when it happens to you, it's a total mind F. It's a total mind F. But like I said, I just want to take you to that area because I was over there doing some business, and I decided, why not share some of it with you and show you some stuff and let you guys know of what's going on. So that's exactly what I did. So as always, guys, remember to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But yeah, man, those reaction videos, I'll put a link in the description box if you want to see them. They're actually getting attention. What? I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.